So something totally caught me by surprise, and I think most of the production world today, and it's because Apple have released Logic X. Now, we thought this thing was some kind of vaporware. We didn't expect that this would be arriving, but it's here. Very little fanfare, just all of a sudden arrived in the App Store. And I'm really excited because, you know, I've already noticed there's some pretty significant changes. And when you first load it up, it looks a bit weird. That's for sure. You get this view here, you get the library. It's almost feeling like kind of GarageBand on steroids. But what I did, I just took this away, just taking it back to the more conventional look and feel. And I wanted to check out this new synthesizer, so the retro synth. And the drop down here for the instruments is the same, but with a few subtle changes. The drum kit designer is a new one. I'm sure everyone's going to go into that, but for me, I wanted to check out this retro synth. You know, so what it looks like is this, and it's like a kind of vintage analog, but apparently it does FM as well. A new thing that I thought was really good is the ability to actually scale these instruments. So it's, you know, you can resize them according to the real estate that you've got on your monitor. I'm only on a very small monitor here, so I don't want things to take up too much space on the screen. But this is interesting because for the first time in Logic, we've got MIDI plugins. So you can see here above the instrument that's loaded, we've got chord trigger. So I'm going to double click and let's take a look. This is a new MIDI insert. So basically what it does is it takes any notes you've got coming in and transforms them. And so this is the same as the Ableton Chord device or the Chord in Cubase. You know, there was a chord memorizer, but it was really long-winded to work with before. This comes with a whole bunch of really nice chords, really interesting presets. And look, this is one that I've loaded, this Major 6, 9, 11. And oh, I forgot, I haven't got the keyboard on. So if you're used to the caps lock keyboard, it's not on the caps lock anymore. If you've accepted the new keyboard command, it's Command and K. And look at that, we've got like this kind of large keyboard. So that's the synth, the retro synth. Real nice kind of texture going on there. This at the moment is feeding through to some effects, and you know, the whole concept is pretty much as it used to be. I'm not even sure about the keyboard shortcut for the mixer, which used to be X. Oh, there it is. Now the interface is really refined. It feels really smart. I'm really glad that they didn't go for something like a flat look and feel. It's got this skeweristic kind of, almost like a real mixing desk kind of vibe to it, and I'm really pleased to see that in there. It would have been a shame if Logic changed itself to match things like Ableton. So I'm really pleased to see the update. I think it's a really, really smart looking interface. It feels really sensible and grown up to me. It feels like a professional app, that's for sure. This is literally, like I said, 5 minutes after I first loaded it up. I've got other things I'm supposed to be doing tonight, but I felt really compelled to dive in and have a look around. And one of the things that really intrigues me is the whole concept of this grouping of elements. So I guess it's going to work similar in a way to an Ableton rack, where you can get multiple instruments that could be chained together with interesting routings, all going through you know, one fader, and then mapping MIDI controls to that. That's something I'm going to be really excited to check out. So really, I just wanted to capture some initial feelings here. Once again, MIDI effects, great, really good to see. And let me just see, in fact, what the arpeggiator looks like. Let's pick a few notes. I lost my keyboard again, so here we go. And what have we got? Note order. Got some ability to do something here. I've got no idea. What's this grid? Oh, okay, look, we can do stuff. So yeah, great to see something like this. You know, this is something that Logic was really missing. You know, you might have seen that recent video that I did with that Logic Cafe environment. And actually, whilst I'm here, let's see if the environment's still here. Open MIDI environment. Yeah, it's here, but it's different. Look at these old Logic faders on here. Wow, makes you realize how much the interface has changed, doesn't it? Now, is there another environment? Open MIDI transform. Yeah, we've seen that before. So the environment is still here. They're calling it the MIDI environment. That's interesting. Yeah, I wonder what there is. And that keyboard, it's so funny. It used to be Caps keyboard. They call it musical typing now, which is like really literal. Musical typing. It sounds quite funny. I'm thinking of like loads of secretary stuff typing and making music for some silly reason. But anyway, musical typing is the new caps lock keyboard. All right, so get used to it. Let's take it away. And yeah. I mean, look, I've got a small monitor here, and it's getting a bit cramped. So there's definitely going to be a case of managing the screen real estate. But I'm sure I'm going to find a way around it. I mean, looking at this, it looks like it's kind of similar to the old Logic. But anyway, that's it. So all of you Logic guys, you must be very happy. And, there's absolutely no doubt at all. I'm going to be spending some time learning this and getting inside out. And I'm going to be doing some videos. But, yeah, that's it. No, wait a minute. Let me just see. Is there something else? One thing I wanted to check was the EXS24. Oh, man. There I was hoping that there'd be something new on the sampler. Now, maybe there is. I'm not seeing it. What else is there? Okay, retro synth is new. Vintage B3 organ. I think they've just renamed the old one. Ensemble synth, drum kit. All right, okay. I've got to have a look. Let's just see what's going on here. I'm on the wrong track. Why is it not coming through? Oh, maybe I need to load a drum kit. So there's a sine wave by default. That's interesting. So loading up a kit. What we got? Here we go. Okay, there's a lot of nice kind of variation in the sounds there coming from the same trigger. So it feels like a really realistic sounding drum kit actually. I'll have to connect up my machine pads and see how that feels playing there. So yeah, obviously clearly I've got to spend a fair amount of time with this because things have changed, but it's just great to see the update to Logic. I mean, Logic 9 was going for such a long time without anything new. So for those of you downloading it, have a lot of fun with it. And check back probably this time next week. I'll have something to show for my discoveries and my learning.